Welcome back to another YouTube video. The Guinea Titan. We're here on the Amazon map playing World of Tanks Mercenaries. That's the console version of the Xbox, and I'm in the HWK12 Tier 8 battle. Not a lot of Tier 8s, and we're in a light tank on essentially the Arctic map. There's only one real place to go if you want to spot enemy tanks. Now, of course, when the people shoot at the enemy tanks you spot is quite a different ball game. Now, it's very similar to the Arctic map, more or less the same layout, except for the south. Thing is, you have to send tanks to the south in this version, because if you don't, there's always the possibility the enemy will. But I don't think it's a direction you can make progress in. It's really only a defensive move at the start of the game, because the transfer from the eastern to the western zone is just a single tank gap going up into that road, and it's just completely defensible, particularly for from the western side. It's almost impossible to breach it because they can just sit back, wait for you to try and crest the road, so you're exposing your lower front plate, or they're further along the road and they're shooting down into your upper armor elements. So we have 4 tanks spotted, nobody inclined to shoot at anything, which is kind of typical of the recent game, as in the last year or so. Sometimes people will shoot at stuff you spot, but it seems as if people play as if they don't expect light tanks to do any actual spotting, which is a pity. And I think YouTube's actually quite responsible for that a lot, because passive scouting games and good scouting games they're not necessarily the most entertaining. So people play what they see, which is kind of a high-risk style of light tanking, which is what I'm about to engage in. Somebody dropped a bush here, and sure enough there's a KV-2. And he did obviously had enough faith in Stalin to just snap a shot off at me. Although I think I'd have a good chance of getting away with it. The thing about it is the absolution now. I should have probably, except you didn't want to hang around there. I think he shot at the KV-85, but the absolution is gone, so there's no point in actually going down, or there's no point in hanging around, because tanks might decide to come up. KV-2, we've picked up some spotting damage from the time we poked in and out around the KV-2, and we've picked up some more, or we're going to pick up some more shortly. There they are. But it's very thin on the ground. I think Rhythm was a very high hit, was an artillery hit or a ram rack or something. So we've no longer spotted, however we still have 2 tanks in the centre, the heavy and the tank destroyer, and I'm thinking maybe we go in and have another poke at the KV-2, because if we get rid of the KV-2 it's possible then to advance along that axis, and that completely destroys the position of the tanks at the corner there on C1. So a quick pause to see the new come up. The tank destroyer has gone off and decided to do something strange, and then I just saw the KV-2 was a one-shot. So I could probably react faster than the KV-2 even with the aim time on this thing. And we do, and then we spot the LTG. There's a chariot here at the corner, and I think he's aware of my existence. Yep. He's pointing in this direction, and he fired a shot my way. And the LTG is making things tricky because we're only getting rid of him without the charioteer shooting at me. And I wouldn't be able to shoot the charioteer if he was still there, so I could have waited a little bit more there, I think. Although the charioteer has a very good gun, but the Panther is doing a drive-by, so I said I'd do a drive-by in the other direction. The charioteer's already gone, so it's just the eagle left. So I can get around behind the eagle. And we start putting the rounds in, and we're going to beat him now. He's doomed, irrespective of what happens to the Panther, because we'll get the next shot off before we get his turret turned around. However, despite that flurry of activity, there isn't much between us at the moment. We've managed to take out the Firefly. Now, the Firefly was doomed. Either I'd get him at the Tiger once we want to get him. The T-44 is a much more dangerous proposition. However, if I can get in close to him, with the two of us, he can't shoot at both of us at once. Now he is retreating around the corner. And of course there is the equalizer behind us as well, so it's another reason not to stop or stand still. So we're getting some effective fire in, and hopefully the Tiger will follow me up. That's the worst sometimes when you take a maneuver like this, is the tanks with you don't follow you up. Even though there is really no risk to the Tiger, because he might as well keep moving as well. There's also the chance the equalizer might pick on him as the bigger, slower tank. So we're circling effectively the T-44 at this point, and I think he's relying on auto aim because he keeps shooting behind me, behind my movement, behind my motion, which is the kind of thing you expect if people are using auto aim in situations like that. Unless you have very, very high velocity rounds, auto aim generally isn't going to do you much good in a situation like that, especially when people are circling you close. So there goes the equalizer. However, I don't have a clean shot because the terrain here is quite rough, and the Tiger 131 deprives me of the 6th kill. So, but we won. Although it was close enough there at the end, I mean, we were even enough in tank numbers until the very end, when the cascade effect kicked in, and the enemy then collapsed quite rapidly. So we got 5 destroyed, 2,600 damage done, 1,600 damage assisted. Oh, bunch of ribbons and medals, a first class mastery. So we did a sort of good score, good experience score in the game, a good base experience to get a first class mastery. And we probably came number 1 by experience. Yes, yeah, we came number 1 by experience. So that's it. It was fun. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please press like, comment, share. It really helps the channel out. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.